from this position, can you spot the move? What's up, y'all? It's the Chessnake. I'm still fighting to get to that 2000 elo, but here's a quick little game that I thought was interesting at the end. So, pretty much the standard stuff I play. I'm happy if I'm book move out of the first few moves and then still in the good for a while. So, I decided to trade down there. I was looking at a couple different ways that I could try to defend this pawn. I just didn't feel like anything was much better than this, so I just figured whatever. This pawn will also like kind of prevent this knight from doing things, so that was my thinking there. His queen doesn't have, the attack there. I just defend it with the pawn, and then my pawn's defended. So I felt pretty comfortable in that opening anyways. I try not to get too into depth in the openings or my thoughts just because I'm not great at them or anything, so it's kind of just whatever. So right here, I traded down. I figured, whatever, I'm going to attack his knight. His knight has nowhere to go. I get the pawn up there. So I let the trade down happen. Here, the pawn, I'm just defending the obvious move. I don't know, was it the best move? I don't know. I didn't have any other immediate attacks really, so I just feel like defending the pawn's good, and later I don't defend one of my pawns, but we'll get to it. Right here I'm just thinking, okay, his queen is blocked from, it's defended anyway, but I'm just going to start pushing pawns, try to open it up over here, try to get some action, maybe a checkmate. So right here is where I don't defend that pawn, and I don't even take back, because I feel like rather than his knight being able to take my pawn if I were to take back, I would rather move this pawn there, have my queen open. It just seems like a better move to me, so I felt like this position suits me better for sure. There I didn't know what to do. I just figured I keep pushing. Yeah, right there. Again, I don't know. This is what I was like, oh man, I kind of messed up moving that away from there. I maybe should have just left it and let my queen take it. But in the moment, I was like, well, whatever, what's going to happen? So I feel like, he's definitely getting the lead here. So yeah, I just decide I'm going to trade down. I feel like I'd maybe have the edge only because his king is less defended. I'm thinking of, how I can attack these rooks. So right here is the last thing. So I find this great pin where I'm pinning. It says it's a miss. That's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. Anyways, I argue with the engine sometimes. Right here, I'm setting up the queen to h3. The pawn is pinned from the rook, so he can't just take the queen. And then I'm threatening checkmate in 1 on h2. So I was pretty happy with this find. So I pin it. He responds here, which I was like, okay, yeah, perfect. Following up with my checkmate pattern. And this move kind of interested me. He went there. And I had to think for a second of what am I going to do here? And I calculated for quite a minute. I thought if I go here with the queen, he can run. And if he runs, it's just going to be like an end game where, about even material. He's up 3 points. So for me to make this even, I would need to take all 3 of these pawns somehow. And, with the king running, it might have worked. Now I'm tripping out of my head. If he did go there, and I somehow got my queen to f2, then maybe it would have gotten somewhere. But I couldn't think of a way to do that anyway. So let's say I take, he goes there. I mean, already I'm kind of at a not great spot. Anyways, from this position, can you spot the move? Now, I did find this move in a game. I had about 5 minutes, and I was pretty happy when I found rook takes on g3. So, a brilliant move, it says, which I think that might be my first brilliant move ever. So, if he takes with this pawn, like a knight, obviously my queen to h1 would be checkmate immediately, so he can't take with that pawn. And I actually did calculate, if he takes with the other pawn, I have this nasty sequence, so he only has one move and is forced to f1. He goes to f1, and then my f8 is checkmate in 2. So he could defend with the queen, but that's all that's going to happen. So I was pretty happy that I found that mate. I thought it was a little bit tricky. No genius level thinking or anything like that, but definitely a game that I'm proud of.